The thing that I've really seen that's really encouraging too, when you think about institutions and as it relates to infrastructure, that has really kind of resonated with me is the questions that they're asking are much stronger. I go back, I've been in the crypto world for 10 years. And when you think about back to 2017, 2018, that winter, you couldn't touch an enterprise. Like they just want to say, very few did it. But the questions that they're asking now are much better. And that's what's making this industry even more in vogue as far as what's taking place. And then the follow-up to that I'll close on is as we head to the Bitcoin halving next year, this will be the first Bitcoin halving that we've ever had where the enterprise actually has a Web3 strategy and they're thinking about it. So the prior one, we did not have that. Yes, there are a handful of companies that were doing it. But overall, it's a bigger play. So it's how do they get into it? What's going on? And from a block damage standpoint, what are we doing to kind of set up to make sure that we can take care of them in any way that we can?
We on location. I remember way back. You ain't have no swag. You did a little research. Now you got a moon bag. Now you got a new walk. Now you got new swag. You did a little research. Now you got a moon bag.
So ladies and gentlemen, with digital assets, we hodl and we trade. And when we do hodl, we make sure it's on a cold storage wallet so we have full access to our funds and no one else. Okay, you're talking about the DCENT wallet here. The link is in the description. The most easy and safe hardware wallet, enhanced crypto protection built on the highest security standards. What is going on, blockchain monkeys? Eagle here, and I want to thank you for coming to my jungle. First of all, I'm no financial advisor whatsoever, nor am I professional in blockchain technology, but there is one thing that I absolutely will do, and that's give you my opinion for today. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you got your moon boots strapped. We're just going to get right to it, but before we can even do that, I'm going to need you to rub them hands together real vigorously and slide down Twitter. Coming in hot from 801 XRP, this train is just non-stop. Stable coins, anyone?
What do you think the chances are of getting a stablecoin legislation passed in Congress over the next, you pick the number of years, and it being bipartisan support?
So if you give me a plural number, I'll say very, very high. This year, I mean, one of my closest friends is Patrick McHenry, who was my chief deputy whip when I was speaker. He's got his bill out of committee. He's actually mapping floor time.
This is the stuff that you're not going to see on mainstream television, ladies and gentlemen. You're getting the goods. They're building the plumbing right in front of your face.
February, March. So he's got a plan to get his bill off the floor. I think he's got the votes. He's one of the best vote counters we have. And so, you know, the Senate, I can't speak to how well they're going along, but I think you have a...
When you do your research, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to lift up a few couches, okay? Pick the rug up. Get up underneath there. Dig in the closet. Clean out your dirty laundry. Let's go.
The House will pass it this session. In end of Q1, maybe beginning of Q2. So that's always a good sign for getting the law. There's a chance the Senate can move it. If not, they'll get it done next session.
Now, how many times have I been telling you they're building the rails? Coming in hot again from 801 XRP. The Atlantic Council U.S. leadership is digital assets co-founder and CEO, digital asset Yuval Ruse. I truly believe that it's inevitable you will see tech get to money because the holy grail is to actually put money in other assets on the same rails. Take a listen.
Globally, what is the interface and the experience that maybe retail consumers or the average person is experiencing that is also driving potentially policy?
This is a one-in-a-lifetime rocket, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you got your moon boots packed, and please do not forget the weed.
Yeah, so first of all, I think, you know, we've been in the space for now 9 years, and where you've seen a lot of advancements in the usage of the technology is in non-money related assets. So bonds, private equity funds, structured products. And over there, you're already seeing the value of the technology. So I truly believe it's inevitable that it will get to money, because the holy grail is to actually put money and other assets on the same rails. And that's really where you unlock the real potential of this technology. So I think that one of the biggest issues that this industry had, specifically related to this technology, is that 5 years ago, there were so many promises on how this is going to change the world, but there was nothing to show for it. So a lot of people really put this technology into the bucket of, you know, a bunch of crypto bros that are just pumping coins. I think now you're actually able to show demonstrable use cases, not even use case. I think when you say use cases, it sounds still like an experiment, but actual asset classes that are processing hundreds of billions of dollars of transactions.
Do you see this? Which means we were right 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago when we tried to tell them, goodness gracious, welcome.
On a daily basis, you're seeing reconciliation being reduced. You're seeing operational risk being reduced, settlement risk being reduced. So I think that having these other asset classes that are already using the technology in real life is helping, at least for digital asset, when we're having conversations with the Fed, with the OCC, and with regulators globally to say, look, this is not a pipe dream. This is actual reality. And guess what? All of these organizations that are using this technology for other asset classes, guess what? They're worried about privacy. They're worried about scalability, all of the things that you're worried about when it comes to money. So I actually think that very similar to Paul, you are seeing a lot of politics play in some of the challenges, but I will tell you that at least behind closed doors, we are finding much more open ears. And now the fact that you have use cases that are showing real results is really helping propelling this forward.
In short, the internet is doing to banking and finance and money what it's already done to information gathering, Wikipedia, retail shopping, Amazon, entertainment, YouTube, social networking, Facebook and Twitter, photography, TikTok, journalism, and so much more. And what is that? Well, it's increasing speed, efficiency, and automation. It's lowering costs. It's increasing inclusion. It's unlocking new business models. And whoa, is it disrupting intermediaries and challenging the traditional financial system.
This industry is insane. So there's Bitcoin maximalists, but everybody agrees, XRP sucks. And I don't really get it, right? I mean, they're a legitimate company. They don't pretend to be something they're not. And they're really good at one thing, moving money fast and cheap. And it's fantastic. It fills a big need. And for a hedge fund like us to be able to denominate in Ripple and XRP, I just did the same thing, is really, really, really good. We did our first close. We moved north of $50 million into the company in Ripple and XRP in like 2 seconds, and it cost 30 cents. Now that is amazing. There's no way to do that with fiat or Bitcoin. There's just no way to do it that fast and that cheaply. And so it serves a really useful need for us. And then also when our LPs eventually redeem, hopefully never, but when they want some of the money back, we just send it in XRP again, and there's no 3-day wait for international wires or 1-day wait for US wires. We're not paying wire fees and all that. It's just, I don't understand why that's hard to understand. And so the religious wars aside, the tribalism aside, it does some things really well, and we love it for that.
And so this coming in hot from ISO 222, we got banks discussing the price of XRP.
As a business that's been in this industry for a long time, we know that the senders and receivers are very focused on fiat. That's their lifeline, that's their blood, that's their entire business. So we hide any real visibility into...
What did you say about hiding?
The real visibility into the cryptocurrency XRP. That's their lifeline, that's their blood, that's their entire business. So we hide any real visibility into the cryptocurrency XRP. So in the system, you'll really just see a fiat-to-fiat payment option. Because of that, we hide and protect our customers from any fluctuation in the open market. It's irrelevant to you how much XRP equals how much Singapore dollars, for example. All you want to know is that you can make your $1 million payment into Vietnam, for example. So the customer is never exposed to any fluctuation in price of the digital asset.
Boom. And this coming in hot from Mr. Man XRP, Blackrock ETF approvals coming in through the SEC at an all-time rate.
Not to do anything with it. But apparently the what I was told and what in an interview the Jean-Paul Servet said, that they're quite confident that those jurisdictions will still implement those recommendations worldwide. Then we have, of course, the SEC and the war against crypto in the US, which they claimed they claim that clarity is already there for many years, which of course the crypto industry is totally against that statement. One important fact, I think, is that right now, if you know, BlackRock apply for a Bitcoin ETF through SEC, and which is interesting because BlackRock has a success rate of 575 requests for authorization.
Goodness gracious!
And, SEC has 33 refusal on those. I mean, not the success rate, but they refused 33 times those Bitcoin ETFs. So it will be very interesting to see how SEC will position itself with BlackRock, because I don't think, in my opinion, BlackRock would ask for this type of authorization if they have no chance to be approved. So that's one is we need to follow with that.
Now, this coming in hot from Euractiv.com, a payment system fit for today in an increasingly digital world where a cashless society is becoming more plausible. Access to reliable payment infrastructure is crucial for businesses and consumers. Equally important for consumers is ensuring that new regulation fosters healthy competition, a precursor to innovation and lower consumer prices. And so right down here, way at the bottom, it says it is crucial. Therefore, as proposed regulation makes its way through the EU decision-making process, that care is taken to ensure that the payment services regulation does what is intended to do, create a payment services framework fit for a modern Europe, which promotes competition and ensures consumers have access to a diverse range of secure and user-friendly payment option. What do you think that means? And this coming in hot from Cyprus, so much evidence there is an ongoing digital transformation and what technologies will be adopted. Wake up, people. None of this is being covered on mainstream platforms. If you take a look here at the 2023 FDA Digital Transformation Symposium, you will see and know that they are talking about the change, the evolution, the innovation, the implementation and integration into a brand new financial asset class. And so we have right here, PwC Global CBDC Index and Stablecoin Overview 2023 November. Yet economies are becoming increasingly digital. The use of central banks, cash is in decline, and new digital money use cases will emerge. And so before I let you go, coming in hot from Subjective Views at the HKMA BIS high-level conference titled The Future Monetary System, Eddie Yu.
What we're seeing now is almost like walled gardens with platforms that's operated by different firms and they're not interoperable. And if you really...
You notice he just said that they're not interoperable, which means he needs it to be interoperable. And what did I just tell you? Okay, let me remind you.
The internet as we know it today was really about data interoperability. I can access any piece of data for anywhere in the world, whether it's a piece of information, whether it's a number. That data interoperability has really catalyzed lots of positive momentum for the global commerce and even global society. When we talk about money interoperability or value interoperability, that doesn't exist today. And if we can make value networks interoperable in the same way data networks are interoperable, I think there's a lot of secondary and tertiary impacts that are hard to predict, but could get very exciting.
Now, how many times has Daddy got to tell you?
We want the tokenized asset world to take off. I thought one comment that we received is that can we have some kind of industry standard so that everybody complies with that, so that all these platforms become interoperable and it becomes one big market? I think that's one thing that probably we might need to think more about. But you have mentioned cross-border payment.
It is not checkers, motherfucker.
Blockchain technology, the use of CBDCs, and we're seeing actually a lot of promise in solving the long-standing pain of cross-border payment being too slow, too expensive.
What do you think we're here to facilitate? Let's go!
I know that India has been trying out different cross-border payment linkages with, for example, Singapore, and you are contemplating one with UAE probably. What are the issues that you see in pursuing all these cross-border payments, especially in terms of the differences in capital controls, AML, etc. How do you resolve that? Is that a stumbling block that's really hard to overcome?
I think
He's literally talking about Ripple as a solution without saying Ripple is a solution.
Simplifying cross-border payments, as Ravi has also mentioned, in terms of costs, etc. I think there will be tremendous scope for using the CBDC, and it can actually simplify the intermediation and increase efficiencies, reduce the costs. Interoperability should be a core feature of this entire
Goodness gracious, he just said interoperability should be a core feature.
But practical implementation will require some amount of compromises between the countries concerned. And CBDC also...
We live on a blockchain, we play on a blockchain, we sleep on the blockchain, we do everything on the blockchain. Let's go!
Opportunity to start off in a clean slate.
So some people have heard me say this before, but I'll throw it out to the audience. What is Interledger's total addressable market size? All the money.
Cause it's the standard in this bitch. XRP. I went to YouTube University, and now they mocking me with no degree. We saying by the swift, keep it walking. Respecting elders in these bushes. Bitcoin is talking.
You don't have to be rich to be taking advantage of this. This was the beginning of the greatest transformation of wealth the world has ever fucking seen since World War II.
Blockchain. We talking about an Interledger choo-choo train. It's DLT up in these streets, man. That's why we rip all on that blockchain. We saying by the swift, keep it walking. Respecting elders in these bushes. Bitcoin is talking.